start outsourcing our 911 calls to India?
God, I hope not, because I sure can't understand those people when they call me.
Okay, Bill. Senator Wielechowski, to you. Bill, as co-chair of the resources...
Co-chair, say that again.
Co-chair.
Yeah.
Co-chair. Shouldn't you be at the Energy Conference in D.C. with the 297 of your colleagues this week? I'm sorry, I think it's only 28. 27, 21, I've heard all kinds of different numbers.
I think Alaska is very well represented in D.C. right now.
Without me. You're not going to the Energy Conference, right?
No.
And he can't say it because he gets in trouble with all his colleagues. And there's some of my friends who've gone there, but I never went. I'm sure there are some good things learned there, but you don't need that many people there. And it's mainly an industry schmoozing conference. I mean, it's
right.
They
don't even have a website. This conference doesn't even have a website. People have websites about what their dogs wear, and they don't have a website. And it requires $32,000, I think, in like membership dues from the state. And they're just this, I don't know who's funding these people. I don't know who's at the Energy Conference. It could be Darth Cheney for all I know. But the truth is, the Democrats have to go because the Republicans go and they come back and make crap up. That's why you have to go. Because they'll be like, oh, I was having lunch with FERC. And FERC said that blah, blah, blah. And then it'll be a bunch of crap. Because that's what they do.
It used to be over Easter, and so they coincided with Easter, so they'd take an Easter break, but it was really a trip back to see oil companies break. And then somehow the calendars didn't jibe this one year, and they decided they would go ahead and be there during Easter, but go to the Energy Council. So they took their break, and I said they chose, I did a press release that said they chose oil companies over Christ, which got, Speaker Porter was furious, but I thought it was obviously true.
I'm sorry, when you kneel at the altar of Exxon, you kind of have a point. And here's the other thing. They ought to do it like there's snow days. They ought to put it like at the end of the year, like in school, and make them make it up. Not all of you, but them, and not pay them the $189 a day, and not let them go off for their $14.99.
When she's really mad, she looks straight at that camera.
Well, you know, I know who you are.
All right.
Okay, so is there someone in the state who can investigate the Sullivan payout like the Division of Insurance? Bill?
Good question. You know, I don't know what the requirements are for a municipality to act as an insurance company or insurance agent.
Really? Is there not a precedent for this? Is there not like, don't they do this all the time?
I don't think there is. So I mean, to answer that question, I guess it would, if there was someone to look at it, it would be the Division of Insurance, I would guess.
Aren't like insurance companies regulated to it?
Very
regulated.
Highly,
yeah.
So they're regulated, so.
How about just the Ethics Act? You can't take an executive action that benefits you personally without doing certain things. I mean.
Yeah, how about that, Dan?
The mayor didn't take the action. It was a previous assembly that said you're going to do this. And the Daily News Reporter did a great job of coming up with, he got
Sean Cochran.
He got 3 months of emails between the municipal attorney, the chief financial officer, the budget director in Wirch's administration in 2002. They were all marked confidential. They released them just like that. And they were all covering their you-know-whats. In terms of how the CYA part.
Well, you know, it's interesting to me that Sullivan said to Sean Cochran in the paper that, you know, he's the head of this trust and he takes the fiscal
fiduciary responsibilities.
Yeah. Well, in 2002, when they were trying to decide this over months of time in the Wirch administration, you would have thought that part of that responsibility would have been going in and saying, what's going on with this trust? But apparently he didn't do that. He didn't remember doing it, but we don't know. Can we institute a recall of Mayor Sullivan? Can it involve a cannon in the input? I don't know. I don't know if we can or not. He's got pretty good numbers right now, but this might do something for it. If you did a man on the street, ooh, I love this question. If it's yours, a Bill Star for you. Just kidding, a gold star. It's different. If you did a man on the street segment, or women on the street segment, how many people do you think would know what district they live in or who their rep or senator is? Oh, and what if your dividend check depended on it? That's when it works.
That's right.
I'm serious. What's the percentage? How many people know?
Less than 10%, I would say. Maybe you might hit 20% once in a while. You know, the 20% that go to the polls in the spring in these really low turnout elections.
What do you think?
They need to know
8%
where
showed
they're
up to
I
vote?
was actually surprised. I've been calling back every day just from Juneau. Call like 15 or 20 people, just check in, and these are people who actually vote. But I've only had one person who didn't know who I was, who didn't say like, "Hey, Bill, how you doing?" And it was actually a guy who would give me money. He was an older guy, and I supported my campaign years ago. But
That's awesome.
so I
And
think
he thinks you're in D.C.
yeah, probably. I don't know.
I still get people, why are you back from Juneau? Sir, I haven't been to...
But there's confusion. I have people that ask me, what are you doing here? They're off session. Why aren't you in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah,
I mean,
there's
there
a
is
lot of that.
confusion. People don't know where you
Between
are
Juneau,
supposed to be.
D.C. and Harriet's job, there's a lot of... They know you're somewhere.
Why
Yeah.
didn't the legislature simply adjourn for the period of this conference, this energy conference? Or recess,
I think
whatever the word is.
constitutionally you can't go more than a certain period of time without having a session. So that's why there are a couple people down there who are having a technical session every day.
Technical
In
session,
DC?
for those of you who
In
don't know,
DC?
is
No, in
just
Juneau.
one
In
person
Juneau.
there. There's like the speaker and the minority leader, and they pretend to do things.
They're playing cribbage?
Well,
What are
they
doing?
sort of...
Are
It's
they going out for $14.99 lunches? Possible. What about online voting?
Yeah.
For whom?
We actually have a bill right now in front of the Senate Judiciary that allows online voting for electrical co-ops and utility co-ops. So I think that could be a good test. I think other states are heading in that direction. If you can figure out a way to make it secure, so you can't.
We can't even make optical scanners secure.
Yeah.
Alaska has these Diebold optical scanners that are outlawed. They had them all over the state
that's why
of
we got them so cheap.
the state. I think we bought them on eBay. Seriously.
They were a great deal because they don't really add up right.
Because they don't.
Yeah.
And the truth is that Diebold makes your ATM machine, and it's like 100% accurate, you know,
Right.
by all calculations. But their voting machines are like 94, 92, whatever. And they can be, you know, somebody can phone into them. That's what Alaska has. So, you know, online, we've got to make it secure.
Yeah.
Why the hell do we have to make it secure? Right now, we don't have a secure system. We don't.
Random
You're-
payout.
I-
You could just
good
go
point.
and put your ballot in, and you maybe get $300 out. You know.
See, if Diebold could do
Yeah,
that.
that's right. And not all the time, right? We couldn't afford it, but just you don't have casino gambling. You have sort of come vote.
Come vote.
And maybe
Well, you know what
you
I
get an
think?
See if
ATM
the
withdrawal.
three
out.
I
chairs
think
show
that
up.
you should have to
Yeah.
turn your dividend application in when you go to vote. Because if you're going to take money from the state of Alaska, and it's ours because it's a socialist system, then you know what? If you're going to take it, then you should show up and have to vote for
I
it.
think I agree, but it is getting the least interested and least informed people out. You know.
But see, think if you didn't go vote and didn't apply, then all of the people that did would have more money. So they might be running people off the street to not vote. I don't know. It could work. Bill, the best Bill, it says. Someone agrees with me. You're on Twitter, so I do tweet you now and then, usually when I'm not happy about something. How is Twitter working for you and us?
Twitter's great. I like it. It forces you to do in 140 characters, and so I Twitter whenever I get a chance about what's going on in Juneau, and I Twittered about this show. That's
Right on.
Tweet
I
it,
love
isn't it? Tweeted or Twittered?
Yeah.
You gotta get
I'm
You
not
past
up on the
tweeted.
lingo. I tweeted.
Tweet it.
See, I love it.
Yeah.
Facebook is the gateway drug to Twitter. So you've been warned. It's very addictive.
I'm
I
just
need
doing
like
the
the little
Facebook.
bird patch to get over it. Okay, quick. One more because I only have 40 seconds. Do all or did past mayors have life insurance?
They do every employee in the city has life insurance, a basic life insurance policy while they're active employees.
But
You
not
also-
after.
No.
Not that we know. Thank you guys, my dream team.
Wow.
In Shannon's perfect world, here it is. All right, thanks so much for joining us. For more Up North, we'll be back next week with another episode. And you can listen to me 5 days a week on, what is it, KUDO,
I'm so glad you're
1080
back.
AM, or on KUDO1080.com. There you go.